Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Rhino, and we're back for another ranking video. So I know it's been a bit since I've uploaded, but I've been busy, but I've got plenty of ranking videos on my mind. I mean, I always had it, just when it comes to me having the need to upload these, sometimes I just don't have it, but I'm still going to try to for you guys. So for here, we've got quite a interesting, more simple ranking video, but a pretty interesting one that I think would be good. We're going to be ranking every single DC series skin in the game. So the DC series is a rarity with just DC items from the DC universe. And I think this series is one of the best ones because, yes, we have the Marvel series, but we've had a lot more skins come in that series, and some of them are really, really good. And I am a big Marvel fan. I'm probably more a Marvel fan than a DC fan. Sorry, DC fans, but DC definitely has some more, Marvel definitely has some more colorful characters, but DC has some more diverse and more complex characters, I would say. And that's why I think there should be more DC skins in the game. So we've only got 9 here at the moment, as of January 4th, because January 5th, excuse me, because we've just had the Green Arrow skin, which marks the 9th DC skin, and I'm going to make a video soon on 10 DC skins that we need, since if we're going to get more Marvel skins, why can't we get more DC skins? I think that'll be good, because I think all 9 of these DC skins, I think, well, except 2 of them, except the 2 Batman skins, because they're just different variations of Batman, but I think they're all pretty unique. They're all very different from each other, in my opinion, whereas some of the Marvel skins aren't as diverse, but they're still really good, and I love Marvel, and they're very colorful, but I will do a Marvel ranking video soon, but I wanted to do DC first, because I wanted to get that out, because there aren't as many DC skins, and I want to get out that soon I will do a video on 10 DC skins that we need. But for now, we're going to rank all the DC skins we have. So let's get started. So at the number 9 spot for easily the worst DC series skin, in my opinion, we have the Green Arrow. So yeah, I think it's kind of a given that Green Arrow, I mean, in contrast to how cool of a skin Galaxia is in terms of the first skin for this new subscription pass, that's still pretty recent, this skin kind of falls a lot. It's, I don't really know much about Green Arrow as a character. I am aware that he is kind of like the DC counterpart to Hawkeye. I know like he's more of a humanitarian than Hawkeye, I believe, and he's a bit more of a hero to humanity. But Hawkeye, in my opinion, has a better personality from the movies I've seen him in and the comics I've read in him, and he's got a better design. Like, when you're talking about these skins, I think people more care about the character's personality and their design, as in the way they look. So even though Green Arrow might be like a better character in DC, I still think Hawkeye would look better. I think he looks more badass. But Green Arrow, just the color scheme is repetitive and kind of boring. So that's why he's coming at the number 9 spot. Moving on to the number 8 spot, we have Catwoman. So yes, keep in mind, I'm not ranking these based off how I feel about the characters themselves. I'm ranking them purely of how they think they are and how they look in game. And yeah, I'm thinking of Black Cat from Marvel. I don't know why. Catwoman is just, all she is just it's Catwoman, but all it essentially is a woman in black tights with some goggles. I mean, she has a style for the goggles up and goggles down. I personally like her with the goggles up because I think she looks kind of cute. But at the same time, I like how she kind of looks cute, but at the same time, I know she does do some pretty wild and violent and treacherous things in the DC universe. But I think that kind of looks good. I think that's the best thing she's got going for her. But in terms of when comparing to Lynx and Vix, yeah, she's not as good as those skins and kind of plain. Moving on to the number 7 spot, we have, yeah, some people are going to get triggered by this ranking, but we have the Harley Quinn. So, hear me out here. I do like Harley Quinn as a character. And as for the skin, I like the first edit style. I really like the blue and the red hair and the contrast between the 2 colors. And I think she has a good personality. It's just more so the fact that I am not really a fan of the Suicide Squad universe, more specifically. I think Harley Quinn's one of the better characters from it, but in terms of the way, I'm not basing these, like I said, I'm basing off the looks, and to me, the worst thing about the skin is the second edit style. I just do not like the second edit style. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't like the transparent clothing, maybe I don't like the stripes, the suspenders. I'm not typically a huge fan of skins that have loosened suspenders, and the hair just looks pretty awful, in my opinion. It's just, Yeah, so it's really the second edit style that kind of ruins the skin, in my opinion. The first edit style is good, but it's nothing great, in my opinion. I've always been pretty critical towards this skin since it came out, and I think my other biggest problem with this skin is how her personality in the movie and the comic books doesn't at all match up with Fortnite Battle Royale. And I know that's been the case with quite a few skins where their personalities don't match something in Fortnite, but because of, like, the way this skin tends to appeal to a lot of players, even if, like, her personality is kind of, like, mature or pretty, risque in a way, maybe, compared to other skins. Like, it just doesn't feel right how this... I just don't think this skin really belongs in Fortnite, if you know what I mean. Like, the thing is, aesthetically she does. Aesthetically she looks fine, based off the first edit style. But in terms of her personality, I just don't think it seems right given the amount of people who use this skin, and there's a bit of a sweaty skin, so a lot of kids like to use this skin, and given that, I just don't think it really belongs in Fortnite Battle Royale, if that makes sense. And I think that's where my biggest gripe for this skin comes from. Even though I'm basing them based off the look of the skin, I think that the look of the skin is fine, but I just think that using a skin like this in-game, the way it appeals to players in terms of the looks, makes a lot of people use them, and that kind of like puts it off a bit with her personality that just does not suit the game whatsoever, in my opinion. But no, talking about the skin itself, I think it's just fine. But the second edit style is just bad. Moving on to the number 6 spot, we have the Batman Dark Knight outfit. So this is one of the 2 Batman skins, and I love the detail, and I love the black, and I love the belt more on him than the comic book one. The only problem is, I think the face model, the way it's done, with the design of the mask and the design of the suit, I don't know, just in the game with the graphics, maybe it's not as much so now because I haven't really used the skin in a while, looks kind of dorky. And I think like the comic book outfit's better because I like its more classical, old-fashioned design, and I like how his bulkiness, and I like how Buffy looks, you know. I like the pure muscle on comic book outfit and the aggression, whereas this, he's just got more armor. But I do like that about him. Moving on to number 5 spot, we have Black Manta. So, yeah, I must say, a lot of people don't really like the skin for the head, but unpopular opinion, I like the head. I like how it's shaped like a UFO. I love like how intimidating and how out there he looks, and yet at the same time, there's not really a real lot going for him in his color scheme. I do love red and black, but I love the bits of detail he's got on him, and I do not know shit about the character. I just know he's an underwater villain for Aquaman, but the skin itself I think is really, really cool, in my opinion. Moving on to the number 4 spot, we have the Batman comic book outfit. So this is the other Batman, and I definitely think it's better than the Dark Knight outfit. I like the more diverse color scheme, the more classic look it has, the muscles on it. I just don't like the color of that belt. That's the only issue with the skin. But besides that, he looks a lot like Batman. It gives me classical, vintage Gotham vibes. I love that about him. I love the mask, and yeah, I love the way the cape goes on him, just goes around his neck. That was the first time they did that, and I think it's really cool. Moving on to the number 3 spot, we have Aquaman. So this was the secret skin to the Chapter 2 Season 3 Battle Pass, and I still stand by when I say that that was one of the better skins from that Battle Pass, even though it was one of the secret skins, and definitely one of the better DC skins. I love the bright goldish orange color scheme he's got, mixed with the green. I love how he's like, you know, that was an underwater themed season, and they added an underwater themed DC character. I thought that was perfect, and I think they did him really well. And the default edit style, the human edit style, I think they did that one really well. Yes, even though like some shirtless outfits I am a fan of, while others I'm not really a fan of. But this one, I think he looks fine. I like the detail of his tattoos and the nice simple black pants. I think they're really cool. And the normal edit style with the gold and green, I just think it's really cool, and I think they did it very well. Moving on to number 2 spot, we have the Poison Ivy. And this skin, yeah, I was a little unwary of it before it came out. Like, she kind of reminded me of female version of Flytrap, which is a very interesting, unique skin, but I just don't like it personally. And I knew nothing about the character. I hadn't even barely heard of the character from DC, and kind of felt misplaced to add her in the same pack as the Joker and a reskin Midas. But with that said, I think after using her, I think she is really good. I love she's one of those skins that's simple, yeah, it's got some nice details. She is very clean. I love how her clothing's made of plants. I love how you can see The outline of her clothing has leaves on it. Like, she actually looks poisonous. Like, she looks clean, but the cleanliness of her, like her hair, she looks poisonous. She actually, looks like a poison ivy. She looks like, if you were to touch her, you'd get poisoned. She looks that clean, but dangerously clean. And I love how messy the hair is. I love the red. I like the humanoid style, how the green dress pops out a bit more, though I still like the default style. But so yeah, really good skin, Poison Ivy, and maybe a tad underrated, but really good. But moving on to the number 1 spot, the best DC series skin has to be the Joker. And yeah, this skin, I've talked about, it's just perfect. Not only is it based off Joker, basically the pinnacle, or probably pretty much the pinnacle of DC supervillains, and the pinnacle of clown villains. But he looks great, he looks clean, I love suited characters, I love the suit on him, I love the vest edit style with the ha-ha-has, I love the jacket on him. I personally like the hat edit style more than the jacket and no hat, but I also love the first edit style with the vest and no hat. The bow tie is really nice, I like the socks, the makeup. I think they did a really good job with the way they incorporate Joker in the game. They couldn't have done a better job, and he looks amazing. And that's why he's one of those skins that makes me want more DC skins like this. So that's why there'll be a video, top 10 DC skins that we need, or at least I think we need, coming up after this. But that's going to pretty much wrap up the ranking video. So if you guys enjoyed, let me know with a like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of my opinion. What's your favorite DC skin? What's your least favorite DC skin? Tell me what you think of the DC series. And maybe give me suggestions of what DC skins we should need. So yeah, maybe I'll probably use you guys to help out of what DC skins you would want to have in the game. So let me know in the comments. But until then, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.